Welcome to the best boxing channel in the world. Here you'll find the greatest fights of the century, and this one will blow your mind because we're going to talk about none other than one of Mike Tyson's most unforgettable battles. We'll tell you the whole story with the context you probably didn't know, so grab your favorite drink and snack. In the history of boxing, there have been legendary champions, but only one was a true force of nature. A predator with a killer instinct who turned the ring into his hunting ground. We're talking about Mike Tyson. His name didn't just mean power, it meant brutal justice. Throughout his career, Iron Mike faced fighters who, with oversized egos, dared to disrespect him. But by doing so, they weren't just challenging a champion. They were signing their own death warrant. Get ready to witness how the most feared man on the planet delivered unforgettable lessons to every single one of them. To understand the brutality of this fight, we need to go back in time. In 1980, a 14-year-old Tyson, with tears in his eyes, watched as his idol, the legendary Muhammad Ali, was punished by Larry Holmes. Ali, already suffering from Parkinson's disease, was only a shadow of what he once was, but his humiliation was carved into Tyson's soul. Watching the massacre, young Mike swore to himself that one day he would avenge his hero. His mentor, Cus D'Amato, gave him a personal mission to make Holmes pay for that night. Years later, in 1988, destiny gave him the chance. Tyson, the undisputed champion, faced Holmes, a 38-year-old veteran coming out of retirement. Holmes, with a record of 48-2, was a respected boxer, but his arrogance was unbearable. "Mike Tyson couldn't even carry my luggage." Holmes goes into the history books, not Mike Tyson, were just some of his provocations. Even though Tyson was the betting favorite, part of the old boxing guard believed Holmes' experience and his famous jab would be too much for the young Kid Dynamite. On the night of the fight, none other than Muhammad Ali himself went into Tyson's locker room and whispered in his ear, "Give him a beating for me." The promise was about to be fulfilled. Round 1. The fight began with Holmes trying to use his long jab to keep Tyson at bay, just as the experts had suggested. But Tyson, with his trademark peekaboo style, slipped every punch with terrifying agility, moving his head and torso like a ghost. Tyson's pressure was psychological. Holmes retreated, his jabs lost their sting, and fear became visible on his face.
Exactly the way Tyson showing no respect so far, boring in the way he always does.
Round 2. Tyson closed in, landing powerful hooks to the body that forced Holmes further and further back. The veteran tried to clinch Tyson, desperately seeking a breather, but Tyson didn't let him. Holmes' energy drained with every dodge and every punch. The balance of the fight was tipping decisively.
Better shape than most people. Forget he's 5'11.5". Larry and his legs stay strong. There's a lot of pressure.
Round 3, the punishment continued. Tyson landed a devastating right hand that sent Holmes staggering. Holmes' defense was shattered. The commentators couldn't believe what they were seeing. Holmes' years of experience were no match for Tyson's speed and power.
Questions if in fact Larry can nail Tyson to keep the pressure on him constantly. 20 seconds to go in this, the third round. Oh, first good right hand landed.
Round 4, Ali's revenge. The end came brutally. Tyson trapped Holmes against the ropes and unleashed a barrage of hooks that sent him to the canvas for the first time in his career. Staggering, Holmes got back up, but in doing so, he sealed his fate.
Oh goodness me, what a right hand there from Tyson! And Larry Holmes on his belt. That was a very, very heavy...
Tyson, with uncontrollable fury, hunted him down, knocked him down a second time, and finally, with a thunderous right hand, switched off his lights completely. Tyson didn't just win the fight, he completed a sacred mission.
Desperate for that knockout blow to land. Well, he's not rushing it, Tyson, is he? Just picking the right punch. Oh, and he's gone again, and the legs absolutely collapse underneath him.
In 1996, Mike Tyson returned after some time away, and the boxing world was eager to see if the old Iron Mike was still there. His opponent, Britain's Bruno, was a fighter with an imposing physique, a 44 record, and the world title in his possession. Bruno was a national hero in his country and full of confidence. His provocations were more personal than ever. "I'm gonna knock Mike Tyson out spectacularly. I'll knock him out right into Don King's lap. There's no way he can beat me." His camp was convinced that Bruno's size and power would be the key to defeating Tyson. British fans, full of hope, believed in their hero, despite the odds being heavily in Tyson's favor. Round 1. From the opening bell, Tyson shot out like a missile. Bruno tried to use his jab and keep the distance, but it was useless. Tyson trapped him against the ropes, giving him no room to breathe. Punches rained down on Bruno, who was forced to clinch Tyson just to survive.
He's going to come bobbing and weaving. He's certainly...
What you're going to see is Frank Bruno grab Mike when he comes in. He's going to hold him. He's not going to... He can't do that.
And Tyson's people wanted to bob and roll, be less of a top.
Nice effort.
And anytime... Oh, here comes Tyson!
Round 2. The round unfolded the same way. Tyson never stopped moving, unleashing brutal combinations, especially body hooks and uppercuts that bent Bruno in pain. Bruno's confidence evaporated, and the panic on his face said it all. He was trapped in the ring with a predator.
I guarantee you.
Oh, a left hook by Mike Tyson, flush on the face of Frank Bruno. Another
Nerves and jitters, he may be settling in.
the cut over halfway through the second. And that's saying something for 247 pounds.
Round 3, the humiliating end. The finish came in the third round. Tyson cornered Bruno against the ropes and unleashed a savage combination of left and right hooks, followed by a devastating uppercut. Bruno was defenseless, unable to respond. The referee, seeing the massacre, stopped the fight to save the Brit from a worse beating. Bruno, who had promised a knockout, was punished for his arrogance in the most brutal way.
A combination uppercut by Tyson. Tyson laying it on. Expected. He said he's not looking for the Tyson who fought McGillian Mathis. Here's a pouring it on. Down goes Bruno into the ropes. And it is all over. It is all.
In 1985, a 17-year-old Mike Tyson had a sparring session with the talented Carl "The Truth" Williams. In that training, Williams, a professional with superior size, gave Tyson a beating. Years later, when Tyson had become a legend, Williams was still boasting about that victory. In 1989, the rematch was set. Williams came in with a 22-1 record and a polished boxing style, convinced it would be enough to beat the champion. Round 1, the fight began. Williams tried to use his long jab to keep Tyson at bay. It seemed like his strategy was working, but Tyson's calmness was only the calm before the storm. In an instant, Tyson feinted to the body and came up with a thunderous right hand. It was precise, brutal, and landed flush on Williams' jaw, sending him to the canvas. The fight lasted only 93 seconds. Williams, who had bragged about his past sparring victory, was humiliated in an instant.
Got right hand up and watch Tyson's left hook.
By the late 1990s, Mike Tyson returned to the ring, and his opponent, Poland's Andrew Galota, was infamous for two things: his punching power and his reputation for quitting in big fights. Galota had a history of disqualifications for low blows and was known for being mentally fragile. The face-off before the fight was terrifying. Galota, visibly scared, avoided making eye contact with Tyson. Round 1. The fight started with Tyson charging like a bull. Galota's eyes were filled with pure terror. Tyson lunged at him, landing a brutal right hand that made Galota stagger. Despite the blow, Galota stayed on his feet and cowardly threw a headbutt that cut Tyson. Still, Tyson remained focused. The round ended with Tyson pummeling Galota, who was saved by the bell.
Yeah. His legs is a little stiff, and he's any hard punches at all.
Tyson
Using that height and that reach, he's
right uppercut, blocked by Tyson.
a little bit. He's not really unloading with these big shots.
Break. Left eye of Galota.
Nice working that cut.
And a left hook to the head by... Oh! Down goes Andrew Galota. What a right!
Round 2. The punishment continued. Tyson trapped Galota against the ropes and battered him with a series of body and head shots. Galota couldn't defend himself. The bell rang, ending the round.
Coming with the big power shots because Galota's learning.
Moved 240 pounds into position, but the overhand right just missed
For the end zone.
show his right hand for fear of what might be coming back.
The shameful ending. In one of the most embarrassing scenes in boxing history, Galota told his trainer, "I can't go on." His corner begged him to return, but Galota, visibly terrified, got up from his stool and walked out of the ring. The crowd, furious at the act of cowardice, hurled cups and bottles at him. Galota not only lost the fight, but earned the scorn of the boxing world. Mike Tyson wasn't just a champion, he was an avenger who, with every punch, reminded the world that arrogance has a price and that revenge is a dish best served brutally cold. Which of these punishments did you find the most epic and why? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the very best of boxing.